Hello, my Virgos out there. So, you are the archetype or the avatar of the seeker pioneer. But I also want to say that you are the reprogrammer. So, the way I want you to see the seeking or the pioneering is that you are really taking action in that first step of what it is to be bioquantum. And you can see that by reprogramming the DNA, the cells, the mind, or just living your life in a way that you're always upgrading everything. So you're upgrading the software system of the matrix. So it's an amazing avatar to have. And I hope that you play in that as we kind of move into this reading. And I also at this time want to invite you to pull on an intention if you have one that you'd like to focus on as we move through the reading. Or if you want, just let yourself absorb the frequencies and the guidance in the reading and just see what comes to you. Because what a lot of times will happen is that as the reading unfolds, you'll start to have little hits on what it is in your life that it's talking about. And then you can start to mold into a clear guidance that's good or right for you, just keeping in mind that this is a universal reading and not all of it will probably resonate, but I hope that you get enough out of it that it feels inspiring and that by the end of the reading, you feel a lot of clear, inspired guidance to take action on. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and pull the first card. And in this first position on the evolution technology, is in the way that we're doing this reading, this first placement is the energy that you're holding now that you're aware of. And if you're not aware of it, you're going to be soon, or hopefully this will bring some insight on what this is talking about. All right, so your first card is the, you can't really see it. Sorry, it's early in the morning, so it's still dark out here, but it is, I'll hold it up this way so you can see it a little better. All right, so it is the mastery level of the 6, which is interesting because that is also the DMT code of the Seeker Pioneer avatar. So I feel like that is important for you to sit in. And maybe even with me sharing your avatar, there's a part of you that already resonates in it. And if not, just remember this is your level 1 avatar. There are 3 levels of avatars. And each of them work together. And we're going to learn more about that next year. But for right now, it's just thinking maybe or holding space for this is where in my life have I reprogrammed and maybe need to go back and upgrade again? Or where in my life have I not really paid attention to where it needs to be upgraded? This is that space, and I'm getting chills right before I was going to say this, but I'm getting that it has something to do with a relationship. So it's kind of like revisiting the relationship. And even if this is just you showing up differently, is that you're kind of coming in this place of being willing to see the relationship, experience the relationship without judgment, and just noticing what the intelligence inside of you is showing you that maybe just needs a little upgrading. I have a feeling for some of you, this is coming in as well, is upgrading the body. So it's starting to recognize within your own body where you could do better, meaning whether that's awareness practices, whether that's eating habits, exercise habits, I'm going a little 3D here, but to really master the quantum body, we have to master our body. So where in your life are you not giving 100% in order to allow your body to move into optimum performance? Because when we start to master the physical body, then we can start to master the quantum body. But we can't just skip over the physical body. We have to take care of this vehicle that our consciousness is in. And because when we master the physical body, we master the consciousness that it took to actually hold mastery in the physical body. So just think about that. You already know this because this is in your knowing. So I'm not going to preach the preacher. Okay. So the DMT code that goes with this is the 2. So this is communication. All right. So going back to that relationship piece, what needs to be reprogrammed in your relationship? And this can be with a friend, your family, an intimate relationship. You know what it is. And if you don't, then maybe this doesn't resonate and it's your relationship with your body. That's just as important. How are you communicating to your own body? How are you communicating with this other person? And notice your own programming that you repeat when you get triggered. So, with the body, that could be when you get stressed, you overeat, or when you get stressed, you stop eating. I mean, that could be it as well. So, or you start an exercise routine and then you talk yourself out of it because it got a little hard. So you think about it, you know what it is. And then also when you're taking this into a relationship, be really, really mindful of when you are in a communication, especially if you're triggered about something, how you go back into saying the same things. Okay, we're going to move on. So this placement is for how you're being reflected back from your reality. This also could be reflected back from your programming, from what you're holding, what you're aware of, right? Okay, so you're getting the embodiment level of the 3. So this is creativity. This is the ability to listen to what somebody is saying and understand it at a level where you could write it down. So really think about what I just said. So an example of this, just kind of taking it out of a relationship, would be somebody wants you to design a house. So they tell you their vision and you're able to create the blueprint for that. So you have the 2 here. So the communication and what's being shown to you in that is that it's understood. Okay, so if you're feeling misunderstood, know that you are being heard. Not only are you being heard, but it's important for you to continue to speak your truth. Okay, and whatever this is pertaining to, and this could even just be in business, right? That something needed to be upgraded, you communicated it, and it was heard. And something is being done, but it's just not in form yet, right? It's just the blueprint is being created and how to make this change. So just hang tight. You are being heard. All right, let's go ahead and see the DMT code that goes with that. Oh, I actually love this. Okay. So your DMT code is the 7. So how this is being reflected back is You are heard. We are creating the blueprint. You are creating the blueprint. We see you're creating the blueprint. Take it as it resonates. And not only that, but we see, or you see, that it's being created outside of programming. So whatever you are doing here is being done right. Okay. So rest in that you are doing it right, because this is the ability to create a blueprint as a clear, open channel outside of programming. And this is what's being reflected back to you. What I'm getting here, for some of you, this is going to be you, that you're doing this. And for others, you communicated what needed to be upgraded, and then it is being done to the from the other side, right? So in a work situation that they heard you and they're working on it, and they're working on it in a really high frequency to where it's going to be very successful. Same with a relationship. So if you are feeling any sort of anxiety, or you feeling like you're misunderstood, know that it is happening. And just because you may not see it yet, it's not only happening, but it's happening in a really pure, amazing frequency. Okay, so this next space that we're going to move into is what you're not seeing that you need to see, so that we can move into the other side of the board, which is actually creating a new frequency pattern outside of your programming. Okay, this is a cool looking card. All right, so the 7 in mastery level. Okay, now that I'm seeing this next to this, I feel, of course, this is a universal reading. For a lot of you, this is you, and it's how you're being seen. So people are seeing that you have the ability to hear communication, or even within your own self, that you're able to see what needs to be upgraded. You're able to communicate that. The blueprint is being created from a very clean, crisp place. What you need to know that maybe you're unaware of is that you do have the ability to move your mind into the mind of source, or that frequency of 963, and receive very clear information. And what I'm hearing in that is that it's not just for you. It is a message that needs to be delivered. Okay. So a lot of times we'll get these inspirational thoughts, or we'll start to tap into something, and we're too afraid to share it, or we think it's not going to be heard, it's going to be misunderstood, whatever. I'm hearing a lot of I feel misunderstood here. And this, it's saying you need to be the messenger of this message, whatever it is that's coming through. And if you don't know what that is, maybe just feel into your life of where you're holding back because you're afraid to speak your truth because of how it's going to be received. So you're either dumbing it down, or you're changing it so much that it's losing the frequency. I think you know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, maybe this isn't for you. All right. Or maybe it is for you and it just hasn't happened yet. And so just keeping this in the back of your mind, maybe in your heart space, even more so, that this could be coming for you, is where am I supposed to deliver a message, a level of truth, and I am too afraid to do it? Or I am doing it, but I'm dumbing it down so much that it's not really in the frequency of my truth anymore. We're going to leave it at that. I'm going to go ahead and pull the TMT card. Okay, see, new thought. New thought. Something is coming in that is for you to share. And you know what I just heard? If you aren't the one that's going to share it, the message will go somewhere else because it's that important. So, and if this is within a relationship, it's just as important, right? And what I heard in that is if it's not spoken, if you're not speaking your truth within a relationship, you're repeating a program. Okay, let's just say that. And, you know, however long it's going to take, at some point, there's going to be enough static happening within that relationship that there's going to have to be a reset, right? So, why not just reset right now and allow that space to come in and be the leader of your life? Right? Nobody else is going to do this for you. This is your responsibility to speak your truth. Be the leader, the way shower, the change maker. So if there's something in your life, whether it's a relationship, whether it's your job, whether it's the way you're treating your body, I don't care what's on the other side. Bring in your intention if you wanted to, or if you're kind of starting to see what this is about. You are the one that's going to create the change, and you have what it takes to say the words that are so pure and close to your heart that need to be spoken. And you're not saying it from a place of this is how you need to receive my message. You are just speaking your truth. It doesn't matter how the other side responds to this right now. All that matters is that what you need to see is that your message is important. And your message is coming from a place where it's going to reset everything. Okay, this is kind of intense. All right, it's good. All right, let's go. So your next card is that place of that co-creation. So now that you've seen what you need to see, this is the frequency that's coming in and giving you a tool or something to work within the intelligence, the 963, in order to move into the next future pattern or your probability that is in a frequency outside of your programming. Okay, so you got the 3. So with this, I'm getting kind of, and it's interesting that you had the embodiment level of the 3 over here, and now it's moving more into the place of thought, right? But because you're in this space, this thought is being held in 963. So you're having creative information coming in to kind of redesign whatever it is that we're talking about. So whatever this blueprint is. So, okay, let's recap just really quickly. So there's something that needs to be upgraded, right? You're going to upgrade the software system. You're communicating how that needs to be done. It is being heard, or you are creating a blueprint for how that's supposed to be done. So you're not just talking about it, you're actually starting to create a plan, if you will. And it's being done in a very pure frequency of truth. It's very connected to the ability to bring in information outside of programming. But this can't move into a space of being reprogrammed until you speak your truth. You don't hold back. You go 100% in the information that you're holding. Okay. And then from there, you reset to actually creating whatever it is that's being reprogrammed here, that you're getting such, like what I'm hearing is inspiration. Okay, let me just feel into this. It's kind of like with that reset, you get that you're filled, right? You get filled with that frequency of 963 and you start to experience what it feels like to live your life there. You start to feel the magic and the synchronicities. And it's like once this is spoken and it's you reset, it's like, oh my gosh, like all this energy just comes back to you, right? And in that energy, you get to choose how you're going to bring it into creation. And we're going to learn more about that here. But just know that when you speak your truth is when you are full. You are you are no longer leaking your energy. You don't feel like people are pulling on you all the time because you're speaking your truth. And every time you do that, you're resetting and you're back in that frequency of 963. So that is the co-creation space, is the willingness to do this brings you the energy you need to move forward. Okay, let's go ahead and pick your DMT card. Kidding, it's this one. Okay, so yes, I was talking about those synchronicities, over abundance of energy, of resources. You truly move back into flow. You move back into the magic, and that's where we want you, especially as a reprogrammer, a pioneer, a seeker. We want you in that pioneer space, in a place of inspired action, right? That you're doing it from a place of not because you have to, or not because somebody's telling you to, or not because you have to fix it. It's just you're doing it because that's what you do, because you know how to move into a space and make it better. And this is the energy for you to do that in a place of flow. Just no more resistance. All right. And then, oh, I love this, you guys. Oh, okay. So this is particles of possibility. So this is when you are in this inspired place, you've done your work here, you're starting to experience the synchronicities, you're filled with energy, and then you move into your mastery, right? You're feeling the mastery of your own body, you're feeling the mastery within your life. And what I'm hearing here is you remember you remember your own mastery, but you're not remembering it from a place of programming, not from the mind. You're remembering it in your body. It's that deep knowing that, oh yeah, I already know this. I've done this. I know this because it's transcribed in your DNA, you guys. And you are literally the reprogrammers that are upgrading the DNA. Let yourself remember your mastery in that, right? If you need an upgrade, then you upgrade yourself first. You speak your truth, you reset, the energy is released so that you can experience no time, no space. You can experience an abundance of energy. There's no lack, creativity, magic, so that you can move back into your mastery. All right, let's do the DMT code. 2 master numbers and your possibilities. So there's okay, is this possibility, right? Because you actually have to do something to make this happen. What do you have to do? This. You have to reset to move into this energy so that you can move into the mastery of whatever you're feeling this reading is about. And if you don't know, you're going to find out, because this is a really powerful reading. I would even say you might want to go back in like 2 weeks and watch this again and have a feeling you're going to receive the information from a completely different state of consciousness. Because not only are we going to code you to have awareness within this experience of 963, but you're going to have an experience between now and 2 weeks from now. that's going to bring you more clarity in what this reading is about. So the 11 is the ability to hold consciousness outside of your programming. So the more you speak your truth, the more you reset, the more you move into this creative energy and the magic in that abundant space, you move into your mastery where you're actually holding consciousness outside of your programming. That is what it is to become the advanced human, right? We start to awaken that transcribed frequency in our DNA, which you are doing because you are a reprogrammer, you are a pioneer. That is how we move consciousness into a frequency outside the programmed body, the programmed matrix, the programmed reality, however you want to see it, it's all the same. It's all one big program. And how do we break it? How do we move past it? We learn to hold consciousness outside of the program itself. And when we do that in a place of mastery, we become the intelligence, right? We become the intelligence of our DNA. We're no longer seeking it consciously, we just are it. Okay, so now let's go into probability. I'm going to go with one more card because there's a 0 there. So there's definitely an embodiment of a new beginning, a new way of living. And oh my gosh, you guys, look at this. You got all 3 masters numbers. You just up leveled, right? January 2024 is the beginning of the up level experience. I don't know I mean, you are reprogramming, so you are going to reprogram at a mastery level. So whatever you're kind of feeling this is about, it's going to be amazing. Okay. And I'm not saying there's not going to be any static along the way, but hold your mastery, right? You're here to change things, you're here to reset, and you're going to build something from a place of mastery. I think I'm just gonna leave it there. I mean, what else is there to say? We'll do your DNA card. You guys look at this. 33, DMT 33, 22, and the 11. So you have 2 of the mastery frequencies in the DMT, or the mastery of intelligence, I should say, in the frequency of 963. So the 33 is the quantum body. It is the quantum experience of life. That this is truly what you're here to do. And the place I really want you to focus on is your avatar. Where in my life do I need to upgrade? Seeing everything as just a software system. It's not good, it's not bad. It's just when you see a virus, you take it out and you upgrade the software system. This is how you do it. All right, I'm excited for you. Okay, I'm just so curious of what this is about. I would love to hear what hits that you're getting, what information came in for you, and how this pertains to you personally. And then I definitely would love for you to come back in 2 weeks, watch this again, and then comment again on what changed. Okay, so let's go ahead and code you. If you want to shut your eyes, you can do that, or you're welcome to continue to look at the cards. So I'll just have you bring in that white blue light, allow it to fill the entire body. Let it fill the mind. Bring your consciousness into this light, just letting everything go. Feeling your body raise in frequency. Okay, so we'll bring the DMT codes of 2, 7, 1, 8, 11, 33. And allowing it to activate in the DNA of every cell of your body. Just feeling it upgrade your software system, upgrading your body to hold these very specific states of intelligence in the frequency of 963. Feeling your body as it raises in frequency and knowing that you have the ability to hold consciousness in the intelligence of this reading. That's what the codes are doing. They're turning on a frequency in your body. You are a walking software system, and we just upgraded it for you to have the experience of this consciously. Just feeling that power that you have. All right, my lovelies. I'm excited for you. I know I keep saying this. This is just such a powerful reading. I'm going to just send you so much love as you go and speak your truth to reset into your mastery. You're going to do it. All right. Love you.